We have a few bills that we've heard and need to find out what the will of the committee is. We have SCR 1606. Is there any desire to work this bill? Any desire to work SCR 1606? Senator Warren.
Madam Chair, would you just remind me, I guess, what
1606 is the, and Tom, would you shut the doors? It's too much chatter out there. It has to do with the constitutional amendment to grant home rule powers to counties.
Thanks for the reminder, Madam Chair.
Okay. Anyone desire to work this bill? Seeing none, we will not work SCR 1606. The next bill is Senate Bill 97. This bill has to do with the change in the definition, sepulcher. Hey, I finally got it right. Adding that word to the cemetery statutes. Any desire to work this bill? Senator Warren.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the question and, wanting to know the will of the committee. So I know the proponent is interested in having the committee work the bill, but I'm not sure.
We can work the bill and make a vote. Does anybody have any amendments or would like to work the bill? Senator Francisco.
I don't have an amendment, but this is the bill that has been amended. Is that right?
Has been what?
Amended?
Yes. Yes, we added urban areas. Senator Erickson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, it appears to me that there's not a strong desire to work this bill. So for the sake of time, I move that we do not work this bill.
All right, we have a suggestion. I don't see any opposition. We will not work Senate Bill 97. The next bill is Senate Bill 153, a bill that establishes term limits for county commissioners. Desire to work this bill? Senator Dahl.
I'd like to see it work so I can put an amendment on it.
All right, well, we'll see where this goes. Is there any amendments or additions that anyone would like to add to Senate Bill 153? Senator Dahl.
Yeah, I would like to, it would be a conceptual amendment at this time, but to include state legislatures, legislators, term limits to them too also.
So you're basically just adding state legislators to this bill? Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Is there any questions for Senator Dahl? Senator Straub?
No. Madam Chair?
We have Senator Straub first, Senator Haley, and I'll address you after that, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. Senator Straub.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For Senator Dahl, do you plan to allow representatives and senators both to determine their own term limits? Because according to this bill, this is to allow each individual county government to decide whether term limits are needed for their county or not. How would you propose to establish term limits for representatives and senators? I believe that's under Article 2 of the Kansas Constitution. And for the revisor, is it possible to do that through this bill?
Jason?
Madam Chair, members of the committee, we have had legislation in the past to establish term limits for legislative members. There is no specified term limits in the Constitution, and so I believe by statute we could set term limits, but let me check on that a little bit more during your debate. I'm also not sure how legislative term limits could be amended into Senate Bill 153 and what the Senator Dahl's intent is with his amendment. If we get some clarification, it'd be helpful, Madam Chair.
All right, you keep searching. I got a few more people that want to be recognized. Senator Haley.
whether or not this bill, since they're different. So, Senator Straw, that's not your question. Thank you.
Okay, Senator Warren.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That was my question as well.
Okay. Any other questions or comments on this proposed amendment? Jason, do you have any more information or not yet?
Yes, Madam Chair, it looks like the last piece of legislation introducing term limits was a concurrent resolution, which are typically resolutions to amend the Constitution in order to impose term limits. Yes, the concurrent resolution was introduced in 2019 that would have set term limits by adding new language to Section 2 of Article 2 of the state constitution. I'm not entirely sure that that's the only way in which to establish term limits. But of course, any term limits set by statute are amenable by any future legislature. They would not be fixed in time, such as a constitutional amendment, which is much harder to change under our process.
Thank you, Jason. Senator Warren, did you wish to be?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't know whether Senator Haley was questioning germaneness, but I would call a point of order if germaneness has been questioned, whether we need to determine that before further discussion.
I think it sounds like, yes, we were looking at statute versus the Constitution. So I'll just take a vote on the conceptual to add the legislative body. All those in favor say aye. Those no? Motion fails. Would you like to be recorded? Or Senator Dahl? Back on the bill, Senator Francisco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I thought we had a good discussion about this bill, and I think some points were made about bringing, new ideas to a group and for discussion and having some turnover. On the other hand, I'm recognizing that we're also being asked as government to provide consistency. So overall, I'm not necessarily in favor of working this bill. So, however, if the committee decides to work it, I have an amendment. So I don't know if we want to proceed by seeing if there's interest in working the bill first, or if you'd like me to
We've
proceed.
already started working the bill, so offer your amendment, please.
I have an amendment, and I'll ask to be passed out.
Everyone has a copy. Would you like to explain your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is the question that I brought up during our discussion about would there be any limit at all on the number of terms? And I strongly believe that if someone is running the first time for a public office, that they should be in that office with the understanding that in some ways it's at the pleasure of the electorate, and that to continue, they would need to stand for a vote. So this amendment would limit the number of terms established, or make sure that at least the number of terms cannot be less than 2 under this amendment. So anyone elected would, in their first 4 years to continue, have to stand again. At that point, they would have the, citizens would have the opportunity to say yay or nay, we appreciate what you did, or not. So I understand that there's going to be some commissioners who will only serve 1 term, but this says that commissioners should have the expectation that they would serve at least 2.
Questions on the amendment? Senator Straub.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you, Senator Francisco, for bringing this, this point about, while I don't think that a county commission would set a maximum term of 1 term, I suppose it's possible, and I'm not opposed to the amendment. I think it's fair.
Any other questions on the amendment? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Back on the bill. Any other
Madam
amendments
Chair,
to this bill?
Point of order, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is Haley again. I had my hand raised. Was there, I didn't hear who seconded the, I did hear, of course,
You're
the
right.
motion.
You're right. You're right. No, I agree. I caught that, but I was just figuring I'd just keep going for efficiency purposes.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Pardon me.
So we'll back
I
up.
did
Thank you,
raise my hand.
Senator. Senator Francisco, would you like to make the motion?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would move my amendment.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second by Senator Fausto. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Are there any other amendments to be brought to Senate Bill 153? Any other amendments? Seeing none, we're now at the point of, does the committee wish to kick this bill out of committee? So, Senator Straub.
Madam Chair, I would move to pass Senate Bill 153 as amended favorably for passage.
I have a motion. I have a second. Second by Senator Thompson. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Does appear to have it. If you want to do a division, I'm fine with that as well. So aye, please raise your hand. No. Sir Haley, how do you, well, he can't vote. Not here. Can't vote.
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. Regrettably, I have to abstain. I don't know how close it is, but hopefully if it does pass, it won't run on the floor.
Senator Haley, I think it's one of those votes that you probably needed to be here. So
Oh,
I believe my count was 4 in favor. Is that right? And 4 against. Chair breaks the tie. Chair votes no. Yes, Senator Straub,
Could I ask to have my vote recorded, please?
you may.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to have their vote recorded? It was 4-5. Yeah, she wants her vote recorded in favor. Okay. Anyone else like to have their vote recorded? All right. Is there anything else to come before the committee? Okay, well, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks and we'll start looking at some House bills and appreciate all your hard work and we are adjourned.